Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Brooke. I just wanted to come on here to give a little intro, tell you a little bit about myself since this is the first budget video I'm making, this first cash stuffing that I'm making, and I did want to introduce myself with just my hands. So a little bit about me. I am very rarely ever going to have my nails done. I have a chaotic life as most of us do. It's crazy around here. It's loud. It's my life and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So I used to always have my nails done. I used to feel like I had my life together, but one divorce and one child on the spectrum with severe ADHD later, and you get this. So all jokes aside, I love my life. I love everything about it, but I am real. I am honest. A lot of years of stuff just happening, I now just don't care. So I may cuss, I may miscount, I may screw my calculator up, I don't know. But all I do know is I don't care. I am who I am and I don't apologize for it anymore. So I would love for you to join me on my journey. And it'll be entertaining, that's for sure. I'm going to do it every 2 weeks, so this will be a bi-weekly budget. So, and then maybe eventually do plan with me or budget with me's and in my planner or my digital planner, who knows. If you would like to join me on that, then subscribe to this video. It's totally free, which you do not even need to create an envelope for. You don't have to budget for it or nothing. It's awesome. Anyway, if you have any comments or concerns, leave them in the comment section below. There are two things on this channel that I will not tolerate. $50 bills is number one, and number two is any mean comments. You have no idea what somebody is dealing with that day. So be kind. That's all I ask. And every time, all the budget videos that I've watched, it's such a fantastic community. All of these women uplifting other women, and just leaving it as a space of anybody and everybody can be in it, and there's no judgment, and everybody has different incomes, and that's okay. And I just want to try it and see how it goes. So again, for the last time, if you would like to join me, let's get into it. From the bank. Let's count how much we have to start with. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 100s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 3, 20, 40, 60, 80, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 89, 20, 40, 60, oh my gosh. Make sure we did that. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, oh, looky there, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we have 400, 500, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and what was that? 500 and 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. So 15, 21. All right, let's get all this money back together. $15.21. All right, and go. Okay guys, let's get into this. So I'm going to start with my cash envelopes, my wallet's going into, or my envelopes that are going into my wallet. So This is the wallet that I purchased off Amazon. I got this cute amethyst crystal from Five Below. I love it so much. But anyway, and it's just a card. Like, it just holds cards. However, in the back, and I doubt you're going to be able to see this in this video. I highly doubt it. But anyway, in the back, it goes all the way down. So the envelopes can fit back here really nicely. Where if you put it here in one of the card ones, look how it's too tall. So these envelopes that I have here, I made them myself with pressed flowers, and there was a YouTube page called Beautifully Me and You, and she has a great tutorial on how to make these, and they're absolutely gorgeous. She also has it linked, like where she got her flowers and stuff. Now, this was the first envelopes I've ever made, so there's definitely flaws. But I mean, for the first time, I thought they turned out pretty good. Okay, let's get in this. So we're going to start with food. So for food, I'm going to put in $2.50. I'm just going to do one $100 bill and then the rest in 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40, and 50. So what the heck? Ride the Trump train. Trump, hell yeah. Okay, whatever you say. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, and 50. Okay. Oh, no, we can't do, okay. Guys, I know this is crazy, and I know this makes no sense to anybody than probably me. However, since I was younger and worked a job and had my own money, I always placed the smallest bills that I had in the front of my wallet. So like all my ones were always in the front, and then my larger bills are always in the back. Why? I don't know. In my brain, I thought, you know, if someone's going to steal your wallet, you're going to steal your wallet no matter if you have ones in there. They don't care what's in there. They're just going to steal it. But in my brain, for some reason, I seem to think that if somebody sees my wallet and only sees ones in the front, they're going to think it's not worth it, and then they're not going to touch my stuff. Now again, I know this is ridiculous because it sounds ridiculous coming out of my mouth. However, it's in my head and I can't get it out. So next is, oop, these got a little out of order here. Next is me, and I'm giving myself $50. However, I think this is going to be too high, but I don't know. Again, this is the first time of stuffing envelopes as far as doing a full budget. So I've been tracking it for a little while, so I'm trying to be fairly accurate with it. However, I think some of these I have a little high, but we can adjust them later. For Liam, which is my son, he'll be getting $20. So 10 of this 20 he earns from his allowance, and the other 10 is what me and my boyfriend give him for just spending money. Next is eating out, which is all the way at the bottom. Of course, I've got these out of order, and I'm giving us $50. However, we very rarely eat out. Most of the eating out that happens is my son wants to go to McDonald's here and there, or just as a treat. Maybe Dairy Queen for ice cream cone, but I figured it's better to overstuff this than to understuff it. So Miscellaneous is $20. I don't really have anything to say about this envelope. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Getting 20. And next is my oops envelope. So again, I'll be giving that one 20. So again, because I don't really know, I don't have it extremely honed in on what we spend. I just want to have a little extra sitting in there just in case. Because once I pull that debit card out, I have a feeling it's going to just go, it's going to go haywire. And it's going to be double the amount. So if I just have that extra 20 sitting in there to back myself up, if need be, then I'm hoping in my mind it will stop me from just buying whatever I want because my debit card is out. And then I'm going to put food in the front, me, and then Liam. And see, they fit nicely in the back of this. And I like how small and compact this wallet is. I've always carried big purses most of my life, but honestly, the older I get, the more busy life seems to be becoming, and it's easier just to have this run in and out and then be done. Okay, I have those zit dots on my face, so I got a couple zits coming in. No judgment. And one just fell off on my finger. Anyway, so I don't know if I explained this a little bit, but my budget breakdowns are going to be every 2 weeks. I do get paid, I work 12-hour shifts. So 1 week I get paid for 4 days of work, and the other week is going to be 3 days of work. So one check is larger than the other check. So I think it'll just be easier to do my budget in every 2 weeks versus trying to figure it out every week. However, all of my bills, the majority of them, come out in the first to the middle of the month. So I have $21.35 that comes out in the first to the mid of the month, just in my bills and expenses. Gas is also included into this amount. I will not be cash stuffing gas ever. I leave for work at 4 o'clock in the morning, and the last thing I want to do is go into the gas station to guess what my gas is going to be, give them money, and then have to go back in there when I have it wrong. So gas from here on out will always be budgeted into my bills, because that will always go on my card. Then for the second half, I went ahead and wrote out the second half of the month, the middle to the last half. I only have $254 total in bills, and that includes my gas. So as you can see, I mean, it's a big difference from $21.35 to $254. So I need to have a hefty rollover. So anything, I'm gonna try to hone in the budget very accurately so that I kind of estimate a rollover that I'm going to have in there to roll over every single beginning of the month to help buffer some of all these expenses. That's my goal, and hopefully we can stick to it. We've always just put all of our money in a savings account, and then everything just comes out of there. And which, yes, it's been working because we've never been short. However, I don't know where everything goes. It just feels like complete chaos. It's just, I hope that this works for me, so that I know I have a place for it. It feels more organized, and I don't have to stress so much about money. I will always be open and honest with my work and as far as how much money I make. However, my son's father passed away when he was young, so he does receive Social Security survivor benefit from him for that, and that is his money. That goes to his savings, and I will never discuss that, nor ever say the amount that's in the savings, nor how much he gets every month for that. That is his business, not mine or anybody else's. Also, my boyfriend, I'm not going to enclose his income, because that's, again, his business, not ours. So anyway, I just wanted to make that clear. So if you're wondering, where's all this extra money, but you only made this, that's where that's coming from. Again, that's their business. I don't feel that I'm never going to speak about it unless they want to come on here and speak about it. Okay, so let's set that aside. Now let's get into our sinking funds. So my sinking funds, I don't really have them like categorized as anything yet. I just kind of as I wrote them down, like as they popped in my head, that's how they're on this list. I'm sure eventually I'll have a category of each thing. So the binders are just put in order for how I wrote it down. So these front 3 envelopes this one has 1,000 card placeholders. This is $500 placeholders, and this is $100 placeholders. I ordered these from Two Moms Budget, Baddies in Budget, and Big Money Tings off of Etsy. I did not order the $100 place card holders. To Mom's Budget sent those as an extra with my order, so I appreciate that. But I'm not sure where I'm going to use those yet or how I'm going to implement those. However, they're in here for now. Hopefully, eventually we can start getting into these. That would be nice, huh? Okay, let's start off with tags. So my boyfriend has a very large tag amount that he has to pay every year because he has a brand new vehicle. My tags, however, are quite cheap because I had a newer vehicle. I hit a deer and it totaled out my vehicle. So I just replaced my new vehicle because it was already paid off and I did not want to get another car payment. I replaced it with just an older vehicle that I found somebody was selling to get me through the winter. And then we had already had another vehicle that we had for a backup already. So we're still back to 3 vehicles, just a lot older and a little bit more higher mileage. But I feel more comfortable with that than to go into another car loan. My goal is to never have another car loan and never have to loan money ever again. So I'm hoping that works. Next is pool. So we got a new pool this year, and it's a mineral pool. Pool is going to be getting $5. And it's a mineral pool, which is actually cheaper in the long run of maintenance. However, at the beginning of the season, you have to put in the mineral filter, and those are $100. So it's a large amount of money in a chunk at the beginning of the season, but then for the rest of the seasons, it's very little money. Where our saltwater pool that we had prior to this one just kind of nickeled and dimed you throughout the whole year. However, when you sit down and tally it all up, you actually spent more money for the saltwater pool than you do the mineral pool. So I would like to have that beefed up to where I just can come in here and pull in it and I don't have to even think about it at the beginning of the season. So next is car. So I did create an envelope for maybe possibly be getting a new car eventually. Again, I am determined to never have a car payment ever again in my life, and I'm hoping that I can stick to that. Next is deck. So when we did get the new pool, we had in our plans that we were going to put a deck on it. Pool or deck will be getting $40. That we would be, why are these all upside down? It's gonna drive me crazy. Anyway, that we would be putting a deck on it right away. That was our initial plans. However, lumber prices said, I don't think so. So, I am not going to pay 4 times as much for a deck so that I can have it now versus wait and do it later when the lumber prices hopefully come back down to normal a little bit. And it gives me the opportunity to stuff this envelope. So, I guess we'll see how that goes. Renovations. So we do have some plans to do some major renovations. These have to be, all upside down. We do have some plans to do some major renovations to our house, but we're talking about in the future, way in the future. This house that we purchased was a flipped home, and they flipped it in 2 years. So everything is fairly new. There's just some things we want to change. We want to extend off the front, make our stairs, just some things that are going to be big projects, but aren't going to happen for anytime soon. So, clothing is next. So, like I said before, I do only have one son and, or one child who is my son. And, so I do have to purchase clothes for him, usually about every season. However, the clothes that I purchased last year for winter, towards the end of the winter, I had to purchase some more, and they were a little too big. So I actually had to put those away and save them for this winter. So I don't know. I may or may not have to buy him some winter clothes, but he's completely set for summer, and back to school and stuff was all taken care of. So me and my boyfriend very rarely ever buy clothes. We work at a factory, so we don't wear nice clothes because they would just get ruined. So we just, a lot of Wranglers, a lot of Carhartt, a lot of, tough clothes that can withstand the dirt, oil, and grease. So, okay, next binder is, is this right? No, this is the next binder. Okay, we'll get this right eventually, guys. Hang in there with me, it's my first time. Okay, so this one's a lot more flimsy. All of these binders I got off of Amazon. So, and all of the envelopes I got off Amazon, the labels I got off of Amazon. These like iridescent kind of, I got those at the dollar store. So, okay, so I had originally wanted to create this envelope as Christmas/gifts. However, when I know this is the most ridiculous reason to make a whole new envelope. However, this is me. Welcome. Hi, my name is Brooke. So I try to take this label off, and I don't even know if you guys can tell. It's kind of like, I don't know, like it looks metal, and it kind of has a metal feeling to it, but it's definitely not metal. It's something really tough and does not like to bend. And I couldn't get it off. So it like started making it look really awful. And so I stopped. And then I just created a gifts. Because I couldn't like put gifts over here. I couldn't put it here because it was too big and it would get in my way. And so I just created a whole new envelope for gifts because aesthetics. Okay, so Christmas is getting 100. And gifts is getting $20. Now, gifts, my son's birthday is unfortunately 2 weeks after Christmas. So we do try very hard to separate those up for him. However, I am using Christmas as his also birthday fund. So gifts is going to be more for family birthdays, anything outside of my son's Christmas, and his birthday, basically. Any other gifts that we would then purchase, maybe a baby shower, or maybe blessing somebody with a gift. So that's what this envelope is going to be used. So it will not be stuffed nearly as much as Christmas. Then car maintenance. So again, like, is going to get 50. So again, like I had said, I purchased a older vehicle, so I need to make sure that I have a decent amount in car maintenance just in case. We did take it to my mechanic right after we had purchased it and did some things on it that he felt that I would need just to get through winter, and that he was pretty confident that it was good from there. So we'll see, but I'm just making sure I have a buffer in there just in case. You never know. Liam's savings. So this is not his only savings account. This will just be what I stuff in here for an envelope, basically. And Liam's savings is getting 50. And I think every $1,000, I'm going to put a place card holder in here and then just put that in his already existing savings. There's no real reason to make a whole separate savings account for him when it's all the same thing and going to the same person, Liam. Next is house payoff. So we do have planned, if we're able to stick to it and everything goes good, to have the house paid off in 4 years. Well, the first year will be we're paying down my boyfriend's truck to get that paid off, and then after that we're going to tackle the house. So we're not making any extra payments on the house as of yet until the truck is paid off. So I just am going to stuff a little bit in this every time that I'm able to, so that when we do start tackling that house payment, I have one large, well, hopefully this is the goal, I have just one large payment I can throw at it to start on that journey. Then emergencies is going to be our emergency fund. We do already have an emergency fund that I will not disclose the amount in our savings, me and my boyfriend's savings. So this is just going to be extra. So just an extra savings account. I don't think you could ever have too much savings, but House cash is literally just for, that's getting 40, is literally just going to be for cash to have in our house. I like to have cash in our house. All of these, I mean, I know that the envelopes will be in the house and those have cash in them, but those have a specific role to play, where house cash has no destination. It's just there and available if we need it. These will also be locked up in my safe. However, house cash, I have a little book safe that my son does know the combination to if for whatever reason he needs cash. We do try to stay open and honest when it comes to money with him, so that it's not a taboo thing. I do want to start off with trust with him versus treating him as if, we're not going to talk about money and that's none of your business. And I don't like that way of raising or, relationship wise with money. My mom was always open and honest with me when it came to money. I never felt that I had to sneak around and try to take $5 out of our purse to go down to Casey's or anything like that. It's very open with money. So health, that is going to be our medical, and that is getting $20. We do have pretty good health insurance. However, my son does go to speech therapy twice a week. We meet the max out of pocket within the first 2 months of the year. And which before I always just had that set aside in there, knowing that was going to happen at the beginning of the year. So now I'm hoping I can just keep that in this envelope. I know what that amount is, and I know that I could just take care of that right away, and it's already allocated towards it. Vision. So my boyfriend has awful vision. So vision is getting 50. He has wore glasses since he was a child. He has wore contacts most of his life. However, his eyes are just starting to reject the contacts. And we're now in our 30s, well, mid 30s. And for whatever reason, his eyes just don't like the contacts anymore, even though he's wore them most of his life. And he's just miserable every day, all the time. So the last time that he went to do his checkup with his eyes, he always thought that his eyes were just too far gone and LASIK was not an option. However, that optometrist, I believe is their name, told him that he's actually a good candidate for LASIK. So he's looking into that right now, and that's going to be priority number 1. So no matter what it costs, if they say that he's a good candidate and would benefit him, even if it takes his vision better, we're not looking for it to completely to where he never has to wear glasses or contacts again. But if it just brings his prescription down quite a bit, that's definitely going to be a benefit for us. So we spend so much money. He spends so much money in contacts and glasses, and it's crazy. So this is priority number 1. As soon as I know that number, that will be taken care of ASAP. So vacation is next. We really don't go on vacation. We live in Iowa, the Midwest, kind of in the middle of nothing. However, Chicago is 3 hours away from us. About 3.5 hours away from us. Wisconsin Dells is about 3 hours away. St. Louis is about 4 or 5 hours away. So we live fairly close to these things that, as far as the zoo, water park, stuff like that we love to do. And so we usually do that on a weekend that we have off. Again, we work 12-hour shifts, so on the weekends that we have off, we get 3 days off. So we usually do our vacations on our days off. They're not usually very expensive. They're kind of just a little 3-day getaway type situation. So, however, I do want to start planning, because once all this virus crap is gone and out of our life and hopefully gets back to normal, I do want to plan some bigger vacations for us, so as a family. Next is taxes. I'm stuffing money in this. I am not sure if I'm going to need this or not. I do hold individual stocks that I do sell every once in a while. I don't day trade by any stretch of the imagination. I do have a 401k. We do have a Roth IRA and stuff off to the side. I don't touch that. I don't touch any of my retirement stuff. My individual stocks are more for almost kind of a side hustle, if you want to say. Anyway, when I do sell those, and I do have to pay taxes on the gains on those. Depending on how long I held the stock is dependent on how much percentage of taxes I have to pay. However, at the end of the year, I typically do get a small return back for my son. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to buffer as far as if they're both going to balance each other out this year or not. So I just want to stuff this just in case I do have to pay in on taxes this year. And if I don't, awesome. I have an extra amount that I can figure out what I want to do with it. Deposit. So this, I don't know if I want to use this for a roll. I don't know what I want to use this one yet for. So I'm just going to leave this empty for now. Dog. So my beloved baby girl passed away. We had to put her down at the age of 16. And I had her since she was, as soon as her eyes were open and could get her shots, I had her. So anyway, that was about a year ago, and she was my baby. So everybody in the house, my son, my boyfriend, they are ready to get a new dog. They're ready to get a new family dog, and they've been patiently waiting for me to be ready. And I think we're ready now. And so we did find, me and my boyfriend, we did find a breeder that we fell in love with and trust, and she's been doing it for 30 plus years. And so we are on the waiting list for a little doggy. So that may come in a year, may come 2 years. We just don't know, but we are on that list. And so until we're called on that list, then we are going to go ahead and stuff that, just so we have that there to purchase, or to purchase our dog. So budget. This is just all this budget stuff. Anything I may need for it. I'm just going to put $5 in here. I bought a lot of stuff already, made a lot of stuff myself. So I'm hoping I won't need very much in here, but it's kind of addicting, honestly, when you go to Michael's and Joann's and just, they have so much cool stuff. I did make all of these. I'm sure you can tell. It's been a long time since I've used Microsoft Word and Excel. And did I have to dust some cobwebs off. So they're rough, but they're working for right now, and that's how we're going to keep it. Okay, so that is all the sinking funds that I am going to stuff. Okay, next up is our savings challenges. So this was the thing that made me fall in love with the budgets, the envelopes, the everything about all of these videos. I love the saving challenges, and I think I am speaking for everybody when I say these are, I think, everybody's favorite. And so I went ahead and purchased a Saveopoly PDF to print off myself off of Etsy, and I created the 100 envelope challenge and a 50 envelope challenge. They are in these boxes. So these are my aren't these cute? I got these at the dollar store. I thought these were cute. Anyway, I created these 50 envelope. Get my wallet out of the way. Get all this crap out of my way. And I created a 100 envelope. Now I created these, right? And I just wanted to use regular envelopes, because when I first started all of this, I was like, okay, let's try not to spend too much money getting this all set up until we know that we're in it and we like it. However, these boxes that everybody sells for with the 100 envelope, real envelopes do not fit in these boxes. Okay, so I cut them. And then I put washi tape on each single one of these. Okay, this took a ridiculous amount of time. And then these little number labels I got from the dollar store, this took a lot of time. Then I had extra envelopes left over, and so I was like, okay, I'm already in this. I've already got all this time invested. Why don't I just make a smaller? And I had already purchased this box because I didn't know which one I wanted to use. So I was like, well, I already have this box. Why not just make another one? And then guys, this is ridiculous. The amount of time I spent on this is just absurd. So these are also regular envelopes that I then had to put washi tape on to create them smaller. So there's 50 in here. These are numbered 1 to 50. And then the 100 envelopes, I wanted to challenge myself a little bit more. So these are numbered from 100, or I'm sorry, these are numbered from 15 all the way to 115 with 3 bonus envelopes of just whatever, mystery choice, whatever I want in it. Just enough to where I can't calculate up how much exactly is in here. So I know a rough amount of how much would be in here, but with having those mystery envelopes in there, I won't know the exact amount. So the element of surprise is still there whenever it's filled up. That's my goal. I'm just going to set these right back where they were. Try not to knock nothing over. Okay. So me and my boyfriend did the Save-Opoly together. So he rolled first, I rolled second. I'm not sure if you guys can even see this. So when he rolled, he got a 16. When I rolled, I got a 14. So let's go ahead and stuff that. And then I just have this blank. Eventually I'm going to put something on here, I think. I don't know yet. So we're going to do 16 and 14. So 10, 15, 16 for his. 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 for mine. Okay, and that's just going to go in here. It's kind of weird to open these up that are inside a binder. And this is going to go with our Save-Opoly. I also do have these magnetic, I don't have any paper clips, but I do have these magnetic they're like for planners, I think, is what they're supposed to be for. But I think you can use them for anything. So I'm going to put them on, even though we do know the number up here, I still want to have an indicator kind of to know where I was at. So when we roll, next time we do the budget, we know where we were. And then I'm just going to clip. Bear with me here, guys. Sorry. I'm going to put the Save-Opoly here together so the envelope is with this and hopefully keep those together. So we'll start with the 100 envelope. So my boyfriend pulled the 42 and I pulled 57. So 20, 40, 1, and 2. I'm going to have to fold these. I don't want to fold them completely in half because then it'd get way too fat. Maybe if I just do the edges and then do one. Okay. And then 57. So 55, 6, and 7. And this time I'll fold this side. So hopefully those won't get too fat together. Okay, and then I am going to clip those together so that we don't draw them again. Flip this down, and then I will put them in the back of the box like that. So hopefully that doesn't get too fat in there. So let's go ahead and color these in. So I'm going to color in 57 for me. I'm sorry guys, I'm left-handed, so I'm probably going to always block this coloring. You won't be able to see it, I'm sure. And then 42 for what my boyfriend pulled. We'll do his in blue. Okay. 100 envelope challenge is completed, and then next is the 50 envelope. So I thought that these little like wallet things were super cute. But these are a pain in the butt to make, especially this one. Oh my! I don't know if you guys can see this, but look, I put all the numbers are on the little flowers. They're turned, and quite proud of this one. I am not proud on how long it took. me to make it. But down here are, so this is 115, the last envelope, and then these are the 3 mystery. And I just have question marks in those because I think I'm going to do those, and they're in there. So I think if we draw those, I have question marks on them. I think we're just going to put in whatever we want. And so a random number of whatever it is. And so, and whoever is the one that draws it is the one that gets to decide what that number is. So the 50 envelope challenge, my boyfriend pulled the 30 and I pulled the 47. So let's go ahead and color in 30. And these little like wallet things that are on here kind of look like the binders. So I thought it was super accurate. I was so impressed with Microsoft Word on how many just inserted stickers and emojis and stuff that they had on there. I don't remember all that before when I used to use it. However, I was in high school the last time I used it, so I would hope that they would have changed something by then. And then next is, I know you guys probably can't see this, I'm sorry. Next is 47, and that one I'm going to color in with green like money, honey. These are erasable pens, and I tested them on these. Like I colored them in, and then I erased them just to see how good they work. And I'm quite impressed. I think they did a pretty good job. Now the eraser on it is very odd. It's almost like rubber. I don't know, it feels odd. It doesn't feel like any other eraser I've ever felt before. And then we're going to set our tracker off to the side, and then we're going to go ahead and fill these up. So 20 and 30. And how I did the bank thing is I just took out a estimated larger amount. So, okay, so when I did my budget, I left a certain amount of buffer into my account. Because again, I'm new to this, and I want to make sure that I don't run myself dry. And then anything outside of that buffer, I was going to cash stuff. And so I cash stuffed. I wrote out sinking funds to what I thought was appropriate. And then anything outside of that I used on the savings challenges. So because I don't yet know what envelope we're going to pull, and I don't yet know what we're going to roll on the dice for Monopoly, I'm going to try and give that a heftier amount. And then anything that's left over after I've finished our savings challenges, I think I'm either going to put in a rollover envelope for that rollover amount that I was talking about that I need to have for the next budget, to help give an amount there, or I'm going to put it back into the bank. So I haven't decided yet, but my bank is about 30 minutes away. So I'm trying to make this as less trips to the bank as possible. I think I may get a savings account with a bank that's closer to where I live, just so I have something accessible there for me. However, okay, so let's get back into this. I still need to stuff my 47. So 20, 40, 50, 6, and 7. And then I always will have extra ones. Guys, I'm not going to take out ones for a while. So I've always kind of saved ones because I use them at work for, and same thing, I'm going to put a little clippy thingy on here. And then that's going to go in the back of this box. What was I saying? Oh, I've always kind of saved ones because at work we have vending machines and just for sodas here and there. And then I always put a little bit of change in my son's lunch bag for milk if he wants an extra milk or whatever. So that's what these are going to be. So this one holds all my ones. So I am not going to take any ones out of the bank from here on out until this gets depleted a little bit. So I've always kind of had this where I had extra ones, and then I usually put 5 $1 bills in my backpack for work, and then when I use that, then I kind of keep restuffing it. So I always want to have ones here at the house, but this is getting a ridiculous amount of ones. If you guys can see, there are I believe 110 ones in here, so that's too much. So I'm going to be using this from here on out until I get this down to about $40, maybe $50 at the max, to have those extra ones for my son's school lunch for milk, or me for a soda at work. This one is going to be used for my rollover. I think I'm going to use this for the rollover. I think it'll work out good. So let's see what we have left over. Ooh, we have quite a bit. We might have to take some of this back to the bank. So we have these pens. Okay, so let's see what we have left over. So we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, and 15. So we have $315. That's quite a bit. What do I want to do? I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this in the rollover envelope for now. Oh, can't have that one on the top. Because, guys, I mean, if you were to walk into this house, right, and you were a thief, and all of this stuff is put into a safe, so you would not see any of that. However, this was sitting out on a desk, right? And you opened it, okay, and you were like, hey, what's this cute little pencil case got in it? Doesn't sound like pencils. And you open it up and you're like, oh, it's just a bunch of $5 bills. I don't want to go to jail for that, so I'm going to leave it. I understand that it sounds ridiculous, but I'm ridiculous, I guess. So, anyway, I think we're just going to keep this as a rollover. Next week, just kind of give me a good buffer to have in there, to have it set up for those bills. Or, I'm sorry, to set up for when I do the next budget to have a hefty rollover for the previous month, since we are doing the beginning and the middle of the month right now. So all of those bills are covered and taken care of as of right now. But I think getting a little bit ahead on that rollover isn't going to hurt anything at all. And then maybe that might help with the challenges if we pull a big envelope of, we pull the 115 and the 114 the same week, just in that one savings challenge. Maybe that'll help buffer that a little bit too. I don't know, but this is what we're going to do for now and just see how it goes, and I'll adjust where needed. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I continue to grow and get better at these, but as of right now, what you see is what you get. So, okay, I don't know what's going on with this camera, but it just shut off again. So let's go ahead and wrap this up before it shuts off on me again. And just remember, money isn't everything, but everything needs money. I hope you have a blessed day and have a great week. Until later, or until next time, see ya!